Refilwe Nzimande. Refilwe Nzimande. I have your ID here. Refilwe Nzimande from Bethlehem. I have your ID here. So come here. Refilwe Nzimande, please come to me to get your
We just performance.
identity document.
We are the performance day. No, we are poets. Yes. We are artists because I do drama, poetry. And poetry. Over excitement, yeah. Me too. Remember to smile. Are you the two girls that oh, call her two. Don't food over. They're not comfortable.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am repeating my clarion call for us to get settled so that we start with the program. The entourage is just about to enter, and as they enter, may we all rise, remain standing until the singing of the national anthem.
Mama MAQUEEN, leader of our land, sitting right there, looking bright, brilliant, and bold, holding the free state in your right hand. You are a true servant for your people. Oh, Dr. MABOYA, our MEC, your eyes sparkle like a Sirius in the sky. You're a sculptor with a bright shadow, an innovative problem solver. We salute our two brilliant minds for equality and access. So here's to you, Mama MAQUEEN and Dr. MABOYA. May your hearts stay curious and your spirits aglow, and your souls forever nourished as you continue to work hard.
Thuto le rata itibile ho tloha botebong ho isa katlehong. Bosiyong ba lona re ka ba wa mang? Le dikgalala tsa makgonthe batswadi ba rona. Tshwarang jwalo ho ya ho ile. E thala e boela mosehlelong.
And now may we all rise for the singing of the national anthem and the recital of the preamble. This item will be rendered by MAQUEEN Comprehensive School.
Oh
Constitution of South African Act 108 of 1996, we, the people of South Africa, recognize the injustices of our past, honor those who suffered for justice and freedom in our land, respect those who have worked to build and develop our country, and believe that South Africa belongs to all who live in it, united in our diversity. We, therefore, through our freely elected representatives, adopt this Constitution as the supreme law of the Republic, so as to heal the division of the past and establish a society based on democratic values, social justice, and fundamental human rights. Lay the foundation of a democratic and open society in which government is based on the will of the people and every citizen is equally protected by the law. Improve the quality of life of all and free the potential of each person and build a united democratic South Africa, able to take its rightful place as a sovereign state in the family of nations. May God protect our people. Nkosi sikeleli Africa. Morena boloka setjhaba sa heso. God sien South Africa. God bless South Africa. Mudzimu fatuchetsa Africa. Hosi katekisa Africa.
Thank you very much. You may be seated. This is social cohesion and nation building. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Well Done Function ceremony for the class of 2024. My name is Twarelo Malakwani, the head of Department of Education, and I will be navigating the program today with your full cooperation. Having said that, for occupational health and safety purposes, I would love us to play a video on evacuation. Thank you very much. That was the video on evacuation. Colleagues, when the MEC delivers her speech, the announcement of the results, as well as the speech by the Premier, I request that there should be minimal movement. For the past 30 minutes, I've been at pains trying to request that we settle down. Now that we have done so, we can start with the business of the day. Let me take this opportunity to call upon the Vice Chancellor and the Principal of Central University of Technology, Professor Dube, to come and welcome us. Professor Dube, a round of applause.
Thank you so much, Program Director. Honorable Premier MAQUEEN LETSOHA-MATHAE, Honorable MEC Dr. MABOYA, Honorable members of the Executive Council and the Legislature present, Honorable Mayors present, representatives from the House of Traditional Leaders, HODs of the Free State Department of Education, Executive Management Team of the Department, officials from districts, chairpersons of school governing bodies present, school principals, teachers, parents, guardians, and the top class of 2024, representatives from business, industry, and civil society organizations, media representatives, all our esteemed guests, and all protocol observed. Thank you very much again, Program Director, for your kind introduction. Do allow me, on behalf of the Central University of Technology, to extend our warm welcome and hearty congratulations to Honorable Premier LETSOHA-MATHAE, Honorable Speaker, members of the Executive Council, Executive Mayor, all mayors present, MEC Dr. Maboya, HOD Advocate Malakwane, and senior officials and officials in the department for the sterling work that I believe has gone into making this day a reality, and for the work that you continue to do for the Free State Province. I want to take this opportunity to specifically thank the Premier and the MEC for the privilege and honor of hosting once again the Well Done function on our CUT campus. A special and warm welcome, of course, goes to our top performers of the 2024 class, for you are the heart and soul of this gathering. Congratulations on your exceptional achievements, and please do give yourself a huge round of applause. This recognition extends to each matriculant who could not be with us as well this morning. Their absence does not diminish the significance of their achievements as the class of 2024. We do acknowledge them with the same respect and admiration for their hard work. They too have played a crucial part of the success story of this province, and we celebrate this collective effort with them. As for those who could not succeed for various reasons, we do say it is never too late to try again. They are part of this celebration too, and we should also be proud of them. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to our dedicated governing bodies, parent associations, and the tireless efforts of competent and hardworking school principals and educators. Your contributions have been invaluable. As we celebrate these achievements, the university has even more reason to be excited. These accomplishments signify that we will welcome better, more qualified students at CUT and our sister university, University of Free State, as well as, of course, our stakeholder partners at TVET. The future of any country, its innovation and its economy hinges significantly on the education of its youth. And the Free State Province has made significant strides over the past 8 years in this area by consistently producing outstanding results, exceeding national targets. This is very remarkable, especially considering the province's resource limitations. This example of excellence is a powerful reminder that no province is inherently destined to lead in education or any capacity. It underscores the potential of the Free State with its strong leadership to emerge as a leader in education. If I were to choose a provincial government based on its commitment to excellence and dedication in education, I would unequivocally support the Free State government, especially under the leadership that genuinely cares about the future of our youth. Honorable Premier, we at CUT have set ambitious goals to achieve at least 50% enrollment in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, so the STEM programs, across 2 campuses. As you know, the STEM fields are a top priority for our nation. Our ultimate aim is to align with national priorities by producing graduates with the critical skills needed to tackle the challenges of unemployment and skills shortages among youth in our country. To achieve this, we have established an active partnership with, for instance, Samsung Campus Initiative, allowing our IT students to learn advanced coding, Python programming, machine learning, and AI development, skills essential for the 4th industrial revolution. We are proud to be one of only 2 tertiary institutions in South Africa collaborating with Samsung to train and produce graduates in coding, programming, and artificial intelligence. These graduates are now equipped with in-demand knowledge and skills relevant to technologies that contribute to the development of South Africa. Our academics are educators, but active contributors to the communities that we serve. Their involvement in initiatives such as the NEMISA Core Lab, which aims to train thousands of youth in various IT skills, has a profound impact on our communities. This partnership is about preparing our students, especially school learners, for the future. Since the beginning of last year, 1,369 participants have completed training through the Microsoft Digital Literacy and Data Science 101 programs. The essential knowledge in digital literacy and specialized technology courses they gain equip them for the rapidly evolving technological landscape. Our IT and electronics students have also engaged in robotics and robot operating system training, a crucial part of our technology initiatives. They program their robots using Python and apply their machine learning knowledge, which prepares them for real-world applications in robotics and automation. To our esteemed guests, again, we are very honored to host this event on our campus. Many innovations within this university set us apart from others. With our unique programs and applied research, we bring diversity to higher education and contribute significantly to advancing knowledge. Our collaborative projects, including our partnerships with government, are not just about education. They're about making a real difference in our communities, from providing educational programs to ensuring access to drinking water and energy. Our academics play a crucial role in producing and ensuring access to higher education, and in producing significant reports such as the State of South African Cities and the Free State Climate Risk Assessment Report. These are some of the achievements that inspire hope for the future in terms of our partnerships and make us all proud. This year, we commit to strengthening our partnership with government, a relationship that we deeply value and consider integral to the success of our initiatives. We will make our various centers accessible and to government and all our stakeholders, allowing us to advance our knowledge in, for instance, food sustainability, water pollution management, biotechnology, entrepreneurship education, rapid prototyping and manufacturing, and drug discovery, among other fields. We have committed a team of academics, including 24 National Research Foundation rated researchers who are focused on making a meaningful impact in these specialized fields. As I close, we are offering a variety of STEM programs for the top achievers to join CUT. And as a token of our partnership with the province, we have set aside university funds for student bursaries and scholarships to support A students and other excellently performing students. No questions will be asked about your gender or race or matriculants. We offer 10 scholarships for the 2025 academic year. All you must do is just approach the office of the registrar with your. We reaffirm our commitment to supporting all government programs. We continue to be dedicated to our shared mission of delivering quality education for our youth in this province and ensuring that the Free State maintains its position as a leader in education. Your efforts and initiatives to support you through your academic journey and beyond when it comes to employment. Thank you, and kia leboga baya dankie.
Thank you very much, Professor. We must confirm that CUT has been the host of the Well Done function for many years, and we really appreciate this partnership. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity to come to what I call the living part of the agenda. We don't stop acknowledging the presence of people to the point that it even makes it impossible to complete the running of the project and the running of the program. So for today, I will introduce most of the people in batches and ensure that everyone is acknowledged. So when you are not acknowledged with the first part of the acknowledgements, don't think it's all, you've been forgotten. No, it's not like that. Let me take this opportunity then to acknowledge the presence of the #1 citizen of the province, the Premier of the province, Honorable MAQUEEN LETSOHA-MATHAE. Take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of Hosi Khabuilelwe Moroka. Take this opportunity also to welcome the presence of the Deputy Minister of Tourism, Honorable Maggie Soju. Also take this opportunity to welcome the presence of the Chairperson of the Portfolio on Health, Education and Social Services, Honorable Mapeule Dipuko, and also all members of the legislature and members of the relevant committee. Let me also take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of all our MECs. I will start with the MEC for Provincial Treasury as well as this year, Honorable Kesomakume. MECs for Social Development, Honorable Mathabo Leeto. And Settlements and Kokta, Honorable Saki Mufukeng. MEC for the Department of Health. Ladies and gentlemen, it also gives me great pleasure to acknowledge the presence of the CEO of RTMC, Advocate Makosini Msibi, Also acknowledge the CEO of Umalusi, our quality assurer. He's the man who gave these results a stamp of approval. That is Dr. Mafu Rakometsi. Dr. Mafu Rakometsi is the former HOD of this Department of Education. I take this opportunity as well to acknowledge the presence of my colleagues, HOD for Treasury, Mr. Ernest Mutlatlo, HOD for Health, Memas Chaba Sising, HOD for Community Safety, Roads and Transport, HOD for Community Roads and Transport, Dr. Maseko Chabalala, HOD for DSTEA, Dr. Mbulelo Nokweku. And I also want to acknowledge the heads of various institutions of higher learning. I've met the likes of MEP Putsisi, and I know that other colleges, as well as UOFs or the University of the Free State, are also represented. Let me take this opportunity, colleagues as well, to acknowledge the presence of our two acting DDGs, Mr. Monso, as well as Mr. Tladi. I take this opportunity to use the powers bestowed on me by virtue being the program director, having monopoly on who I introduce, to pause in the meantime and go to the business of the day. I told you salutations can take the entire day, because I want to do justice to certain stakeholders who have really put their shoulders on the wheel, bent the midnight oil with us, sang the same song that we said, even when it was difficult. Ladies and gentlemen, and in particular, Premier, we may be one of the worst resourced province in this country. But where education stands, no child will be affected due to his or her personal circumstances. Education becomes a societal matter, and we galvanize the future for the learner. To that extent, we knew that we won't succeed if we do not harness resources outside government. To that extent, we crisscrossed the country, myself and the MEC and the manager for partnerships. We galvanized support with a lot of stakeholders, most of which have been with us for over 10 years. They've been sponsoring this department substantially in interventions and in our strategies. I take this opportunity, therefore, because we are not in a rent-for-rent business. Their ROI could be them speaking to us in an event of this nature. They have helped us to maintain a sustained competitive advantage. I take this opportunity, therefore, to request that we take the messages of support from our very esteemed stakeholders and sponsors and partners.
future endeavors. Among you lies the future not just of our country, but that of the world. On behalf of APSA, I would like to wish you all the best as you write your story of this future.
Thank you very much, and a round of applause for our sponsors. As I've said, acknowledgements are a living part of this agenda. I would now want to talk to the real owners of this province. Ke lakatsa ho anela boteng ba morena e moholo, more moholo Mopedi, principal traditional leader, Bakwena ba Mopedi, principal traditional community in Kwakwa. Morena e moholo Montwedi Mota, principal traditional leader Batlokwa ba Mota, principal traditional community Kwakwa. Round of applause. Hosing Khahle Tsotetsi, senior traditional leader Batlokwa ba Mokhalong traditional community Friede. A round of applause. Let me repeat this salutation again. Hosi Khabuilelwe Moroka, senior traditional leader, Barolong, Bosileka traditional community, Tabanchu. Thank you very much. Let me also take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of the Deputy Minister for the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation, Honorable Sech Mohai. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to front load this information because it's quite important. I want to make this case upfront that this event, the Well Done Function ceremony, is sponsored by Vodacom, Kahisho Trust, Sasol, APSA, Old Mutual, IDC, NetBank, Harmony, Central University of Technology, Chinese Consulate in Johannesburg, Fundi, Saika, Coca-Cola, Liberty, MTN, DBS Group, Standard Bank, Telkom, Itau, Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation, and Gen Training. It has been a long journey receiving these learners in early 2024. We worked with these learners throughout the year, harvesting support of all stakeholders, ensuring that these learners are given support to ensure that they propel themselves beyond the limits of their endurance. We have been successful in producing the class of 2024. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to call onto the podium our mother, our vanguard, our voice of reason, the MEC to the Department of Education, Honorable Dr. MABOYA, to come and announce the results of the class of 2024. May we all rise and actually receive her. Dr. Chuta. Dr. Chuta. Dr. Chuta.
Abashajwe, Joale le cabeza, Joale le cabeza, Ababitwe, Joale le cabeza, Joale le cabeza, Lenas, stand up. Abashajwe. Oh, Joale le cabeza. Joale le cabeza. Joale le cabeza. Two more time. Oh, Joale cabeza. One more time. Give it your best shot. Joale le cabeza. Joale le cabeza. One more. Oh, Joale le cabeza. Joale le cabeza. Yeah, Joale. Oh, isa sompo. Oh, isa sompo. Oh, tatele moza. Maru. Buga Maru. Arie. Leon. Badala. Tuta Maru. Buga Maru. One more time. Arie. Leon. Badala. Buga Maru. Buga Maru. Thank you. Last one. Once you are standing. Galibito, everybody follow me. Galibito. La performance. Accountability. And excellence. How about Shashwe?
Thank you, MEC.
What?
Thank you, Program Director. Let me start off by recognizing the presence of the Honorable Premier of the Free State, MAQUEEN LETSOHA-MATHAE, Your Excellencies, our traditional and Khoisan leaders, Morena Moholo, Morena Moremolo Mopedi, Morena Moholo, Morena Muntweri, Mota, the other senior traditional leaders who are in our midst. The Chair of the Provincial House of Traditional and Khoisan Leaders, Morena Neo Mupedi in absentia, Honorable Speaker of the Free State Provincial Legislature, members of the Executive Council, Deputy Ministers present here today, Honorable members of the Provincial Legislature, Honorable members of the National Assembly and the NCOP, distinguished executive mayors and speakers, Acting Deputy Director General, Dr. Pera, former Deputy Director General, Mr. Kopun Radikonsani, Chief Executive Officers of different state entities, Dr. Rakometi, who is the CEO of Umalusi, Advocate Musibi, who is the CEO of RTMC, the Acting Vice Chancellor of the Central University of Technology and her Executive Management Team, the Vice Chancellor of the University of the Free State and his team, HODs of various government departments who are with us here, chairs and CEOs of provincial state entities, Chair of the Provincial HGB Council, Dr. Silibedi, chairpersons and secretaries of teacher unions, the sponsors of this magnificent event who are reflected in our program, esteemed partners in business and civil society, esteemed members of political parties, parents, members of the school governing bodies, members of teacher unions, provincial government officials, district directors, principals, teachers, and learners, in particular, our VIPs, the class of 2024, family, friends, and fellow citizens of the Free State. Ladies and gentlemen, a good morning to you all. Program Director, ladies and gentlemen, it is with profound pride and gratitude that I stand before you today as your servant, appreciating the reality that we are here to give report on the results that belong to the people of the Free State, my beautiful province. As we celebrate one of the most historic achievements, we are gathered here to commend the matric class of 2024, who through their resilience and determination have not only set a benchmark, but cemented the Free State as the leading and exemplary province in the country. The National Development Plan, which is our Vision 2030, envisions a future where every South African child has access to the highest quality of education, leading to significantly improved learning outcomes by the year 2030. Central to this vision is the imperative for accountability across the education system. To truly achieve transformative education, we must cultivate a robust accountability chain connecting policy making at the provincial level to classroom practices. This responsibility is crucial for fostering a quality education system that keeps all of us striving for continuous improvement. The vision of my department is to provide education of the highest quality that is inclusive in nature, but that is also responsive to the needs of both the society and the economy of the country. The aim of which is to ensure that all learners receive quality education in line with their abilities. We leave no child behind. To enable them to play constructive societal roles through knowledge, skills, and values, as well as participating in the economy. The NSC examination marks a pivotal milestone in a learner's journey, signifying the culmination of 12 years of schooling. Beyond serving as an academic exit point, these examinations provide pathways for learners to pursue tertiary education, access the labor market, and become entrepreneurs. Today, we honor not just numbers and statistics, but this recognition is significant as our districts exemplify the province's sustained commitment to academic excellence and effective collaboration. Our district's continued presence in the national top rankings highlights consistent leadership and innovation in implementing support programs. Similarly, these successes reflect a maturing system that is receptive to working with partners in driving these strategic goals. This progress highlights the fruits of our collective effort in pursuing our target of 90-40, which we set as early as in 2010, demonstrating the power of strategic vision and sustained collaboration. This has been fueled by the adoption of the motto. We have changed now from being #simply the best to being #simply excellent. And the consistent implementation of transformative system tools that entrench a culture of excellence. To the class of 2024, your accomplishments shine as a beacon of hope and inspiration to all South Africans. With your unprecedented pass rate of 91%, making the Free State the 6 consecutive years. And number 3 province in terms of the bachelor passes, and that currently stands at 48.2%. Your successes, in my view, mirror the famous words of the great young Karl Marx from his popular essay entitled The Choice of a Profession, where he stated, I quote, "The chief guide which must direct us in the choice of a profession is the welfare of humanity and our own perfection," close quote. As you stand poised on the cusp of endless possibilities, remember that your accomplishments today are tools with which you can shape a better tomorrow. And that's how we need to begin to measure the impact of our education system. Program Director, our highlights for the 2024 NSC results are as follows. 91% pass rate, which means that we have managed to pass a total of 32,996 learners out of a total of about 36,000. O ka re ha ke le utlwe hantle. Now, the mathematics education in me compels me to explain that 91%, for those who may not understand, means that for every 10 candidates that wrote the exam in the Free State, 9 passed. And obviously, that would mean only 1 failed. That one is a straight arithmetic issue. And the number of those who failed is only 3,254. But we are saying to them, we encourage them to apply for remarking and enroll at our finishing schools to obtain the qualification that they are aspiring for. The enrollment of candidates with learning barriers. Ladies and gentlemen, in our schools, we do have candidates or learners with learning barriers. Now, their enrollment, because we are an inclusive system, has increased from 3,100 in 2023 to 4,329 in 2024. And this makes us the second highest nationally in terms of making sure that we bring everyone on board, we leave no child behind. And this was not highlighted, I know, when DBE was announcing. 4 of our districts, as one of our highlights, achieved a pass rate of above 90%. And all 4 made it to the top 10 performing districts in the country. In addition to this, Fezile Dabi, as one of our districts, obtained position 2 nationally, making it the top district in the province. Another highlight refers to the fact that performance of our fee-paying schools or our no-fee-paying schools and that of fee-paying as well as independent schools in the Free State is neck and neck. They are quite comparable. This shows that we are gradually closing the social class inequality gap. All of them are performed at the 90s. We are proud also to announce that 6 of our key subjects obtained position 1 nationally. And these subjects are accounting, geography, life sciences, and mathematical literacy, which have been in position 1 for more than 5 years. With technical sciences and English FAL obtaining #1 for the past 3 years. Physical sciences, history, and technical maths obtained position 2 nationally. Unfortunately, mathematics dropped to position 3, but obtained its ever highest pass rate of 73.2% in the province. Clearly, ladies and gentlemen, we are not #1 province by accident. Program Director, over the past 5 years, our schools have consistently displayed commendable resilience, achieving remarkable outcomes under varying conditions. These are the attributes of the dimensions of effective schooling that is premised on clarity of purpose, high standards, effective leadership, and collaboration with key stakeholders, including parents. The Free State's outstanding National Senior Certificate performance is a testament to the unwavering commitment and collaboration of all stakeholders in the education sector. Excellence, as we know, is never an accident, but the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. This achievement reflects the dedication of teachers, learners, parents, school administrators, district and head office officials, as well as the support of government and private partners who work tirelessly to ensure success. Their collective efforts have set a shining example of what can be accomplished through determination and unity. Ladies and gentlemen, it is often overlooked that the NSC is a multi-purpose qualification. I want to repeat this one. In all the debates that we have been having currently, what is missing is the fact that the NSC as a qualification is a multi-purpose qualification. And it is not solely intended as a university entrance mechanism. Only a small fraction of students will pursue and gain admission to especially our traditional universities, whilst the majority should be guided towards technical and vocational education and training colleges, as well as to universities of technology. This approach aligns with how every industrialized economy has driven its growth and development. Program Director, to make this point more clearer, let me take this moment to address the issue of quality education and the results of the NSC exam. It is vital that we understand these results within the broader context of their role in our society and the comprehensive information they provide about our education system. The NSC serves as a tool that offers 3 critical insights into our education system. The first one, it tells us how many students are eligible to further their studies at university level, specifically those who have achieved bachelor passes. This is an important metric. It's an important barometer, but not the only one, nor is it the sole measure of the education system's success. Of the overall learners who obtain bachelor passes, history and statistics have demonstrated that fewer students usually get admitted to universities, largely due to them not meeting the requirements, especially when it comes to what you call the AP scores, but also due to the issue of capacity constraints. While the number of bachelor passes is significant, it does not define the entire system or its outcomes. What counts is the impact of these results in our children's future lives. Secondly, the NSC provides insight into the larger group of students who may pursue further education through technical and vocational education and training colleges, universities of technology, and community education and training structures. These pathways equip students with skills and qualifications that are highly desirable in the job market and critical for economic growth. Indeed, this group constitutes the majority of our NSC graduates. Finally, the NSC also highlights those learners who may not choose to continue formal studies but are not now literate and empowered members of our society. These graduates are ready to participate in democratic processes, enter the workforce, and contribute meaningfully as active citizens. Many of our leaders in public office and private sectors have demonstrated the ending value of an NSC qualification. Ladies and gentlemen, it is crucial to remember that each of these purposes is significant. The NSC does not merely assess how many students can proceed to university. Rather, it provides a comprehensive understanding of the diverse futures and opportunities available to our learners. It certifies their readiness for various societal roles, from entrepreneurs to community leaders, reflecting the versatility and inclusivity of our education system. Ladies and gentlemen, I must stress that the NSC results do not focus solely on university access. They are about planning for the majority, celebrating our achievements, and understanding the vast potential within our youth. In comparison with other systems worldwide, our grade 12 qualification is distinct in that it provides insight into three critical pathways: university readiness, vocational and skills training, and societal participation, all in one. Today, as we celebrate these results, let us rejoice in the comprehensive success of the system. For the Free State, the data shows that we are excelling in all three purposes of the NSC, and I'm proud to say that we are definitely on track. To take this point further and address the current public debate on quality, let me cite a quotation from the former Vice Chancellor of the University of Cape Town, Professor MAQUEEN, who said the following on the debates in the media around bachelor pass rates. I quote, "It is a class issue. It is a status issue. And so many families think if their children do not get to university, they haven't succeeded." Close quote. Am I right? As a country, we need to focus on promotion of what we call the three-stream model, with a bias towards the two streams, namely the vocational and occupational stream. The department has already developed a 6-year plan to focus on what we call the skills revolution. Program Director, I believe it is crucial to recognize that the success of the class of 2024 was bolstered by a wide range of strategic interventions, which include but are not limited to the following. We had what we call tailored intervention, focusing on subject streams including languages. We had extra academic subject programs during holidays, which also included our holiday camps. We had specialized academic camps for math, science, commercial subjects, technical maths, technical sciences, and EGD. We also conducted virtual learning programs and access to provincial study materials. The unwavering implementation of accountability sessions across districts is what we do religiously so. We are quite consistent in terms of making sure that we hold these accountability sessions. The implementation of the NSNP program that benefited 219,951 secondary school learners from quintile 1 to 3 schools. Consistent monitoring and support by district and head office officials, including subject advisors, and above all, the continuous professional development of teachers across all subjects to ensure that our interventions are sustainable. These interventions aimed at closing the learning gaps which were exacerbated by COVID-19 not only supported learners, but were pivotal in fostering a robust culture of teaching and learning. Even amidst the celebration, we acknowledge areas, ladies and gentlemen, that require our attention. The first one is the enrollment of our learners in what we call gateway subjects, especially in mathematics. We are seeing the decline in the number of learners who register for mathematics, and for us, that is a grave concern. Remember, I usually say that mathematics is both a queen and a servant. It's a queen because it's a gateway subject. It will open the doors for you, but it also services other subjects. So it is quite crucial. Once we have it right, then you know that other subjects will be taken care of. We are worried about the participation of our learners in these subjects, including, of course, some of the STEM subjects, which are your engineering, your science, as well as your technology. We also are experiencing a low performance of our learners in African home language. Our performance as a province in African home languages is quite worrisome. I still have to verify that because I'm told that we only have 7 distinctions, for instance, in Sesotho home language. It cannot be right. So something needs to be done. We're also experiencing what we call a low throughput rate. As it is right now, in terms of the throughput rate, we are ranked nationally as number 8. We are number 1 in terms of the pass rate. We are number 3 in terms of bachelor passes, but we are number 8 in terms of the throughput rate, meaning the rate at which our learners move from grade 1 up to grade 12. Notwithstanding these challenges, we are here today to celebrate the achievement of the class of 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to present the performance of the class of 2024. Soli, can you help me? Oh, I'm not sure if I know how to. Oh, Naki Buna. So I'm going to get so to navigate that. But I need to appoint some. Are we ready? All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Our apologies. We have preambled the presentation by just highlighting what we refer to as our mantra as a sector, that by 2030, according to the NDP, South Africans should have access to education and training of the highest quality, leading to significantly improved learning outcomes. But we are also cognizant of the fact that the performance of South African learners in international standardized tests should be comparable to the performance of learners from countries at a similar level of development and with similar levels of access. Can we go down? And we are driven by these social justice principles used to measure progress in basic education. I'm not going to go through them. These are principles of access, redress, equity, efficiency, quality, and inclusivity. Now, let me also put this into context by characterizing the class of 2024. We're talking about learners who entered grade 8 in 2020 at the height of COVID-19. And this affected their transition from primary to secondary school. So because of the challenges at that moment, more focus was actually placed on the FET band. And these learners, when they entered grade 8, they were treated like your Cinderellas because more focus was put in the FET band. In their grade 9 year in 2021, which is crucial for subject selection for entry into grade 10 year in 2022, that was also disrupted. Because remember that during COVID, learners experienced loss of learning. A lot of learning was lost, and they experienced what we call learning poverty. So they transitioned to further education and training phase in grade 10 in year 2022 with a curriculum that was trimmed. We had to trim the curriculum so that at least we give them only the basic concepts for them to can cope in the next classes. In grade 10, the enrollment was sitting at 65,644 and a total of 36,312. This translates into a throughput rate of 55.3%, making us number 8 national. This is what I was referring to. When we track these learners from grade 10, they were 65,664. And currently, we are talking about learners who have written who are only 36,312. So meaning that we are not doing well in this area of the throughput rate. And I must also indicate that this does not necessarily mean that these learners have dropped out. Some of them are still in the system, and some of them may have been to other institutions, not necessarily in basic education. Full schooling resumed in grade 10 year in 2022 with the reintroduction of June exams. Resumption of normal school-based assessment modalities then only happened when they were in grade 10. And these are our enrollments. Our full-time candidates. The number that entered and the number that wrote, as you can see, but I'll only focus on those that wrote. In 2023, we had 34,451 candidates writing, and that has since increased in 2024 to 36,312. And that gave us a difference of 1,861 more students who registered. And part-time students, in 2023, we had 6,036. And in 2024, we have seen an increase of 6,000 to 6,170. Enrollment in terms of gender, in 2023, we have seen in the Free State 59.9% of female learners registering for NSC, as opposed to 44.1% of our boy learners. And we see the same pattern continue in 2024, where an increase in the number of female learners who are registered to write NSC examinations. More girl learners are registering to write than our boy learners. In the category of special needs education learners, we've spoken about the principle of inclusivity. And for us, this is quite crucial. When you look at our numbers in 2023, the number that wrote is 1,677. And in 2024, we've seen the number increasing tremendously to 2,113. And as you can see, we are the highest in the country. I'm not sure why is this the case, but maybe there is something special that we are doing to make sure that we leave no child behind. Can you go down? The next one. The next slide. We also have learners who may not necessarily be in special schools, but who may be in our normal schools, who in our full service schools, who experience barriers to learning. And those are learners that we are also taking care of and that we are supporting to make sure that they are not left behind. Now, when you look at this table, you will notice on the extreme right that in terms of the Free State, we have the enrollment of these learners increasing to 2,417. So there is something that we are doing to make sure that we support these learners. These are learners who would maybe need to be provided with assistive devices, learners who would be needed, who would also need to be assisted in terms of the font size when they write exams, learners who would also need other type of support to be able to make it. So these are the learners, but as you can see, when we compare, although we said we are not comparing ourselves with other provinces, but we can see that we are doing quite well. We are second after the Western Cape in making sure that our education is inclusive. Now let's look at the provincial performance. How did we perform as a province? As a province, as you can see, the Free State is there on top. Since 2016, we have depicted our performance since 2016 up to 2024. So you can see that for the past, how many years, 8 years or so, we have been performing in the 80s. So it was about time that we graduated to go into the 90s league. So in 2024 now, here we are, we have performed at 91%, and that is an increase of 2%. Now, when you look at the increases, you will notice that we are the least increased. And I think there is a statistical explanation to that. Once you have reached the top, yes, it is very difficult now
to really make that huge difference. You can see the ones that are in their 60s, in their 70s, they are able to register a difference of about 7%. With us, it's gonna be very difficult because we are moving from a very high base. The next one. Now, this is our performance since 2020. And here we are demonstrating not only the pass rate, but also our bachelor passes as well as our diploma passes. Now, the blue bar on top depicts the percentage of schools that have met our target of 90-40. 90-40 means our target in terms of the pass rate is 90%, and our target in terms of bachelor rate pass passes is 40%. Now, 54% of our schools in 2024 have managed to reach this particular. It's a very ambitious target because in most cases, people are talking about 85%, 80%. We are talking 90%. And in terms of bachelors, we are talking 40%, and I think it's about time, HOD, that we revise this particular target. So you can see, if you look at it from 2020, there's definitely been quite an increase in the number of schools that have reached the target, from 38.6% in 2020 to 54% in 2024. That's quite a huge margin. Can we give ourselves a big round of applause? In terms of our diploma passes, we are currently at 30%. And that does not mean we are doing badly. It means that more of our learners now are passing through or with your bachelor passes. So that is 30%. And as far as bachelor passes is concerned, as I've already indicated, we are at 48.2%, and the green bar represents our pass rate of 91%. Now, when you look at the pass rate from 2020, we have moved from 85.2% to 91%. And that's a huge increase because we were moving from a very low base. And in terms of bachelors, as you can see, those who are a bit skeptical, thinking that we are not doing well, we want to demonstrate that at some point in 2020, we were actually at 40.5% in 2020. So we have moved the needle because now we are at 48.2%. Can you move to the next one? District's performance. I've already alluded to the fact that 4 of our districts are in the top 10 districts of the country. And I know that when the results were announced, for the first time, for some reason, this was not announced. Only the top 3 was announced. So now this is your chance to show that we have really done well. 4 of our districts are represented in the top 10 of the country. And 4 means that 80% of our districts contributed to this top 10. As you can see, Gauteng is leading with 97.3, we are at 93.5, and the lowest one in KwaZulu-Natal is at 89.8%. And the others, you can see Free State, Moteo is at 92.2%. Can we give them a big round of applause? Especially considering the size of Moteo. Halala Moteo, halala. Halala Moteo, halala. And Free State again, position 5 is Tharip at 92.2%. Halala Tharip, halala. I know some might say, why is it number 3 and the other one is number 4 when there's a tie? There's not necessarily a tie. In that 92.2, that could be 0.222, the other one could be 92.21. And the other one, which is at 8, number 8, is Thabo Mofutsanyane, that performed at 90.6%. Ala Thabo Mofutsanyane, ala. Allah, mema mabaso, Allah. The next one. Now, I hope this is not complicated, but we will go straight to 2024 and look at how we performed. We can leave out, in fact, in terms of the second column, it is about the number that wrote. We have the number that wrote standing at 36,312, and those that passed is 33,037, meaning our pass rate is 91%. And for Fezile Dabi, the pass rate with a total number of those that wrote standing at 5,704, they performed at 93.5%, as I've already indicated. Lijualiputswa, with a total number of 7,633 learners writing, they are standing at 87.5%, with a bachelor pass standing at 41%. Halala lejwe, halala. Halala lejwe, halala. And we have Moteo with a whooping number, 11,622 learners writing. That's quite a huge number. And they are standing at 92.2% with a bachelor pass of 50.1%. Meaning that in Moteo, out of every 10 students that wrote, 5 of them do have bachelor pass. And Thabo Mofutsanyane, look at the numbers. They registered, in fact, the number that wrote is 9,864, and the pass rate is standing at 90.6%, and the bachelor rate, look at that, is 51.4%. So as you can see, Kharib, we only had 1,489 learners that wrote, and the pass rate is standing at 92.2%, and their bachelor rate is 46.2%, which is quite commendable. Now, when you look at this and compare with the performance in 2023, all our districts have improved from their performance in 2023, both in terms of the pass rate as well as the bachelor rate. I did not talk about the diplomas, but you also have a depiction of how we performed in terms of diploma passes. You can see Fezile Dabi, in fact, the province, we are standing at 30%, Fezile Dabi 31.7%, and Lejwe Lepuzo 30.9%, Muteo 30.1%, Thabo Mfutsanyana 28.0%, and Kharib 31.5%. Can we give ourselves a big round of applause? Now, in our province, because we are a province that is geared towards skills programs, we take it that our quality passes would be a combination of both bachelor's and diploma passes. And we are saying in terms of quality passes, we are standing at 78.1%, Fezile Dabi 80.5%, Lejwe Lepuzo at 71.8%, Muteo at 80.1%, Thabo Mfutsanyana at 79.3%, and Kharib at 77.7%. Now, in terms of real numbers, this is where we stand. As a province, those that achieved bachelor passes are 17,486. And you can see that then we also account for all the districts. Those that achieved diploma passes would be 10,889. And those who achieved higher certificate, they are 4,621. And those who achieved national senior certificate, you will see people will also be talking about low standards, talking about 30%. And this is what they are talking about. In our province, this number is so insignificantly insignificant, if there's anything like that. So this is where we stand. There are only two. And those who achieved from our, special needs schools is 39. And those that did not achieve in our special needs schools is 21. And those that did not achieve in our schools or our, your mainstream schools would be 3,254. So this is where we stand. But what is interesting to note is that when we compare with the performance of 2023, you can see that in all fronts, there is improvement. And you can also see that in terms of those who did not achieve NSC, we have reduced that number drastically. In 2023, we had 4 learners who achieved NSC qualification. But now, here we are only having 2 of them. And those that did not achieve, the last but one row there, those that did not achieve, as you can see, we have moved from, what number was it? In 2023, we were standing at 3,755. So we have drastically reduced the number of learners who did not achieve. And that in itself is quite a huge accomplishment. The next slide. Performance of municipalities. The first table that we are showing is the table that depicts municipalities that were able to meet, whose schools managed to meet the target of 90/40. And we are saying we have 12 of such municipalities, and they constitute 60% of all municipalities. They made the 90-40 target in 2024. And these are the municipalities. Phumelela becomes our #1 municipality. And look at the improvement over the years. At some point, they were sitting at 78%. That was in 2020. But now, with all the interventions in Phumelela, working with our municipalities, here we are sitting at 95.8%. That is quite commendable. MAQUEEN municipality. No favoritism here. In MAQUEEN, we had a total of 1,535 learners writing, and they managed to get an average, those schools managed to get an average of 95.6%. And when you look at it over the years, they are not new in the 90s, as you can see. So they are sitting at that for now. And we can also look at the bachelor passes in the meantime. For Phumelela, the bachelor pass is 57.7%, and the diploma is 30.9%. And for MAQUEEN, which is the second, the bachelor pass rate is 49.5%, and the diploma pass rate is 33.3%. And the next municipality, all the way from Harib, is Mohokare. In Mohokare, 457 learners wrote, and the pass rate is 95%, and they managed to get the bachelor rate of 51.4%, and the diploma passes, they are standing at 30.2%. In both cases, they are above the national averages. In fact, above the provincial averages. Without any favoritism, Mafube, 94.3%. Bachelor passes 47%, and diplomas at 32%. Which one is this? Which municipality? Naledi. Naledi municipality, 93.6%. I'm not going to go through them, but ladies and gentlemen, I think at least you see a picture. All right. So the next set would be, this is just a summary of what we went through. The next one, these are municipalities that managed to perform above 85%, and there are 5 of them. It's Machabeng, Tukulu, Khodihlabeng, Ketwana, and Sesotho. So you can see how they performed. They made us proud because they performed above 85%. 5 municipalities achieved above 85%, and this is an indication of 17 municipalities that have schools that work. And I'm sure this is through the collective, efforts of our schools as well as our municipalities. Then let's go to performance of schools. This is how our schools performed. We have tried to do that in terms of quintals, as you can see, but I will go to that slide which summarizes 3 quintals, quintal 1 to 3, right? For quintals 1 to 3, these are the bachelors that we received. We received 12,653 bachelors, which means that they translate into 45.1%. The pass rate for our quintile 1 to 3 schools is 90%, and the diplomas 30.8%, and quality passes is 75.9%, and percentage of total candidates is 77.2%. This is how we performed in terms of our no fee paying schools, quintile 1 to 3. They did very well, so I think we should really, they do deserve a big round of applause. And you can see that your quintile 4 and 5, they are performing at 92.8% and 95.6% respectively. And also in terms of the bachelors, as you can see, but when you look at this pattern, it shows you that the gap is gradually closing. And look at independent schools. They are also in the same league as our quintile 1 to 3 schools. They are no different from our public schools. So can we go to the next one? We will not go into this because we have already done that. Now, these are schools that performed at 90% and above, as well as those that performed at 100% since 2020. As you can see, this is the total number of schools that we have from 2020. We have increased from 334 to 355. That's the number of schools that are offering NSC. And out of that, we have those that have performed at 90% plus. And we have increased since 2020 from 162. Now they are standing at 232. That's a huge jump. Can we give ourselves a big round of applause? Now, schools that obtained 100%, in 2020, they were only 48, and now they are 67. The next slide, please. So can we, independent school performance, I think we have already done that. You can skip it. We have already spoken about that in the other slide. Can we go to the next one? Performance of the class of 2020 by fee-paying status. We have already indicated that, but this is quite an interesting slide that I would also want you to really take a deep dive into, which shows that actually the gaps are closing. As you can see, look at the Free State. We are ranked #1 in the country in terms of the performance of no fee paying schools. And in terms of fee paying schools, we are again ranked as #1. And in terms of independent schools, we are ranked as #4. I don't want to talk about other people. So I'm just saying this is the picture of the Free State. We are doing well all the way from non-fee paying schools to fee paying schools and our independent schools. So we are not #1 by chance. So can you go to the next one, class by fee paying status? We have already done this one. We can skip it. Our independence will improve from position 4 nationally in 20 to position 2 in 20. No, it can't be. Something is not right here. Somebody was... Okay, let's go to the next one. By fee paying status, I'm not going to go into this as well. The next one, we are just demonstrating that it doesn't matter where you are. As the Department of Education in the Free State, we make it a point that you get quality education. Access to education for all. Can we go to the next one? top maths and science schools. These are our top maths and science schools. There are 10. The first one, as you can see, is Beacon Secondary School. In terms of the pass rate in maths and science, they are standing at 90.08%. And the average percentage, which is what we use to rank the schools, we use the average percentage. They are standing at 54.53%. Then they are now followed by Grey College, Silalekela, Tito, Mokoti, Blugambush, Mataba, Moroka, Riverside, Lesedi. These are our top 10 best performing candidates. Top 10 performers. We've got from Voortrekker Secondary School in Thabo Mofutsanyana, Bender Susan, yeah. And from Grey College, we have Huasen Christian Daniel. From Welcome Gymnasium, Van Settert Talita. From Grey College, Duplessis, Isaac Petres. Yahlahan Sunyana. From Lejwali Puswa, JC Mutumi Secondary School, Mukhotu Lifono. Yahla Hapendaki. From Rantani Secondary School, Malakwan Tabele. From Tibo Secondary School, Tusang Puseleto Elizabeth. I'm sorry, for fear of being accused of favoritism, I think I skipped the name of the learner from Ranzani Secondary School. Malakwani Ntabele. From Beacon Secondary School, Tulo Mpulukeng Precious. From Fentersburg, I think it's intermediate, huh? What school? Into high Litoto. And from Demusen Secondary School, Hutani Lerato Boyansen. Now, I'm not going to go through this because we have just indicated here that most of these learners in their subjects that they wrote, they got 90% in most of the subjects, 90 plus, and only high 80s in very few subjects. That's what I can say. And this is highly commendable. But I think I also wanted to say something here that the point that I made earlier on about home languages, African home languages, if you look at the performance of all these kids, you would then realize that much as they are doing well in other subjects, but when it comes to their African home languages, they are performing at the low 80s. So you can look at Mokhotu. Mokhotu did Setswana home language, and he got 83%. So despite the fact that they are doing well in other subjects, but when it comes to African home languages, they are not doing that much well. But this is also an indication that these schools do have the potential to can do well in African home languages. Can we just scroll down? We are done with them. I'm not going to go into this category, but of subject streams. We can look at math. Let's look at the science stream performances 2020. We can see this 2021 up to 2024. Right now, we can say that for mathematics, we are at 73.2%. For life sciences, we are at 88%. And for physical sciences, we are at 74%. And I'm sure we have shown an increase, except for physical science, where we have dropped by 2%. Then you can leave out the other streams. Now, before we go to the conclusion, maybe we should also indicate to the class of 2024 to say that those who do have queries and corrections, you must follow the necessary processes. If you have these queries and this regarding your November 2024 examination results, please submit them by no later than the 21st of February 2025. And we also have another process of remarking and rechecking, which you can also make use of. The closing date for applications for remarking those who would want to improve their levels, remarking and rechecking of scripts for the November exam is, the closing date is 29th of January 2025. So you must proceed as quickly as possible to your district offices or to your schools where you wrote to go and apply. Please note that late applications will not be accepted. Let me see, is this the last one? Now we are saying before you, the previous one. Now for those who would want to improve on their results, we do have what we call a second chance program. We do have finishing schools in the province and they are performing quite well. Now, they have to go and register for them to be able to write exams in June 2025. Registration of these repeating subjects it closes on the 7th of February 2025. And for those who will be sitting for the November exam, application forms will be available from the 1st of March, and the closing date for registration is 15 March 2024. Before we get to what you might regard as the last verse, let me just quickly do this. So as we move towards conclusion, to my beloved class of 2024, as you embark on your future paths, know that you are stepping into a rapidly evolving world shaped by technology and complex global challenges. The rise of artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and environmental concerns demand solutions that are not only innovative, but also deeply human. In my humble view, you embody the ideals of former President Nelson Mandela, who proclaimed, I quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world." You are entering a world of dynamic possibilities and rapid transformations, a world demanding not only intellect, but also resilience and creativity. As South Africans, You carry the collective dreams of a nation in the spirit of Ubuntu. I appeal to you to use your education not only to uplift yourselves, but to build communities that reflect equity, compassion, and progress. We are immensely proud of the class of 2024 for their unwavering commitment and dedication in approaching the examination with the highest level of ethical conduct. By the way, we did not have any serious irregularities in our 2024 examinations. As I conclude, Honorable Premier, we reaffirm our commitment as this department that under the government of the ANC in the Free State, we will continue to invest in our people through quality public education. We also commit that education in the Free State will remain a societal endeavor, nurtured by every hand that supports a child, every voice that inspires a dream, and every resource invested into a learner's journey. We will ensure that as we raise the bar, which is what we are going to do, closing the gaps, supporting learners in all grades, no child will be left behind. Honorable Premier, I must say that none of this would have been possible without the collective effort of many, including the unwavering support and astute leadership from your office. To our teachers, principals, HGPs, teacher unions, you remain the architects of our learners' success. To the parents who have sacrificed tirelessly, our sponsors and partners in the private sector, NGOs alike, and our education officials as well as sister departments, thank you ever so much for turning challenges into opportunities. These results are indeed a clear reflection of our province, system leaders, and a wavering commitment to long-term strategies aimed at improving educational outcomes. It is their vision, planning, and consistent effort over the years that have laid the foundation for this success. Let me take this opportunity to acknowledge the role played by our former MECs in education. In particular, the late Comrade Tate Maqueeen. May his soul continue to rest in peace. For the pioneering work he did, as well as MEC Comrade Makalo Mohale, for his contribution in ensuring that the province maintained its performance. Congratulations once again to the matric class of 2024. You have made us proud beyond measure. Remember that this is not the end, but the beginning of new opportunities and challenges for you. As a province, we stand behind you, ready to support your journey towards greatness because you are barely simply excellent. Before I step off the podium, Program Director, let me take this opportunity to call to the podium someone who doesn't really need any introduction as she is well known. Safe to say that she started her political activism in the 80s while she was still very young. She served on various structures of the Free State legislatures, and she's currently serving on the PEC of the ANC, the National Executive Committee of the ANC Women's League as the Treasurer General. She was appointed as the MEC for the Department of Community Safety, Roads and Transport in the 6th administration. Ladies and gentlemen, can we all rise and put our hands together as we welcome to the podium our one and only, our Honorable Premier MAQUEEN LETSOHA-MATHAE to come and address us. Joale le kamisa, joale le kamisa, joale Joale lega mi. Joale lega mitra. Joale lega mitra. Joale. Joale lega. Lega mitra. Mitra. Joale. Joale, joale, lega. Thank you. Program Director, thank you very much. This song was sung by our MEC in Gauteng during the announcement of the result. So ga le rona ra inkela ke simply the best ya rona. So we'll sing jwale le ka mehla ho fihlela ba tlwaela. Program Director, allow me to follow the established protocol. Members of Executive Council that are here, members of the legislation, in particular portfolio committee members, for your oversight role, members of Parliament, 2 ministers that are here will be also being joined by members of Parliament in our midst. Distinguished executive mayors and councillors, Your Excellencies, traditional leaders, Maranagona, speakers from different municipalities, acting DG and former DG, Dr. Pera, HODs from different departments, HOD of education, and your dedicated team of senior officials. CUT management, thank you very much. CEO, Chatera Kumet, Uchincha signature, it's so easy to be devoted. This fraudulent certificates, it is easier to have your signature. Thank you very much, Tate. Oh, bless and Jaron. CEO RTMC. Perhaps one has to say, Tate Makosin, Advocate Makosin, I hope you are also here to receive some of the students who didn't even make it up to this level, because your courses, already about 3 years. RTMC colleagues should not be undermined. It's one institution. Enkambana for 3 years. Kabona traffic office on the road. 3 full years. Ntatera kumets. So utla batho ba rona ba traffic mo bana le degree. Respected teachers, principals, members of SGBs, the parents, tsa rona tsa bana ba leng teng tsatsing lena, dumelang. University representatives, esteemed partners in business and civil society, Rebone Renale CG here. Thank you very much, CG, as well, for blessing this occasion. Parents, guardians, families, and most importantly, the learners of class of 2024. Fellow citizens of the Free State. Today, I stand before you with immense pride and profound sense of responsibility as we commemorate the exceptional achievement of our class of 2024, celebrating the academic excellence, but also a testament of the resilience and determination of this cohort of learners. The class of 2024 started their senior high school phase during the period when the world was in the belly of the beast of COVID-19 pandemic, with a very bleak unknown future. Same way our country entered into a democratic dispensation 30 years ago with a future unknown. The country went into a total shutdown where we lost teachers, we lost officials, we lost learners, we lost parents of these learners. Some of them are here, but they lost their parents during this pandemic. I'm drawing these parallels because in both scenarios, we have submitted Mount Kilimanjaro of apartheid period as a country. And to the learners, it was a senior high school during, in the senior high school during COVID-19 period. And both situations, we had to run our races to submit the metaphorical Mount Everest, which in the case of our esteemed learners was passing matric, and in the case of South Africa, was achieving freedom in our lifetime. In the words of our founding father of the new South Africa, former President Nelson Mandela, he summed up the analogy as thus, and I quote, "After climbing a great hill, one finds that there are many more hills to climb," close quote. Your journey to tremendous success has only just begun. The next hill is university and colleges. Then world of work coupled with life and its heartaches. Esteemed guests, in celebrating these achievements, let us pause and reflect on our journey of 1,000 miles we have traversed as a province. 30 years ago, most of our learners were mainly in farm schools, going through platoon system and taking long walks to school without appropriate transport and nutrition system because of the rural nature of our province. As a country, our long walk to freedom has been characterized by adaptability and fortitude, which resonates with the wise words of former President Thabo Mbeki, who once said, and I quote, "A nation's greatness is measured against members," close quote. As a province over the years, rural school-going child and a township child, we develop holistic intervention plans to change our education system, ensuring that we improve access to basic education. We invested in school infrastructure, creating a conducive learning environment. Retrain our educators, retrain our educators, driving quality outcomes. All because we are strongly of the view that a healthy schooling system is not measured solely by metric results, but by a comprehensive set of indicators that reflects its quality and equity. The value of metric certificate must be worth the paper it is written on. We also believe in the transformative power of education. And today, bears testament to our province is a different place compared to what it was 30 years ago. Our good return on investment in our learners talks volumes as we celebrate the 6th year in succession with Free State Province holding the best metric results title, affirming that we have a good story to tell of being simply excellent. As Aristotle once said, and I quote, "We are what we repeatedly do, excellence. Therefore, it is not an act, but a habit," close quote. As we congratulate the class of 2024, we are alive to the fact that it takes a village to bring up a child. We know that there's an exhausted teacher, a principal, a caregiver behind every top learner. We salute all of you as true patriots. During the 6th administration, the ANC-led government adopted the Revolutionary and Progressive Bill, and the 7th administration enacted it into law, which affirmed our commitment of making education an apex priority. In the words of our former ANC leader, Oliver Tambo, and I quote,
A country that does not value its children and youth does not deserve its future, close quote. This revolutionary piece of legislation is going to fundamentally change our foundation phase, ensuring that we systematically deal with our developmental challenges of numeracy and literacy and develop generations that can read for meaning. While moral values are essential in whatever stage of life we are in, the value that most adults have are the ones that were instilled in us during childhood. They form the fundamentals in any student's life. Moral values are the key components of a person's character. To my MEC, Dr. MABOYA, your leadership team of the education family under stewardship of Advocate MAQUEEN and portfolio committee, fighter Dipoko. Your sterling leadership and commitment in serving the people of our province is admirable. Ke re le tswele pele, le ba shape, ho fihlela ba tlwaela. Jwale le ka mehla. To all our partners in the education sector, let us have all hands on deck and continue supporting schools to sustain and improve the quality of education. As I conclude, to the bursary recipients, please grab this opportunity you are granted today with both hands. Go study hard, make us all proud, and raise the flag of Free State Province higher and higher. That was the wish of our late MEC, Ntate Maqueen. To learners who did not make it, I'm appealing to you to never give up and enroll in our successful finishing school programs, because as a province, we intend to leave no learner behind. The power to reboot education lies within all of us. We need to work together as different departments in supporting our learners. We need your department in education because of the background that some of these learners are coming from. Medibulelo, we need you because of the environment where these learners are learning from. So for us to have a proper teaching and learning, we must also make sure that maemo ba kenelang dikolo ho ona ebe dikolo tse leng hore di tshwanetse hore bana ba kene dikolo tsona. That is like we need you as well to assist the schools, making sure that our municipalities give service to the schools. The block toilets, the sewer systems, really they are distracting our learners in schools. Hence, re hloka nang kaofela re le baetapele ba province ena in making sure that we contribute positively. We need you. Oro re fe tjhelete ntate, dikolo tsena di kgone ho sebetsa. And the other challenge that I have, I ke bua ka mzukuzuku halla diatla, mashankura. To the Department of Education, during our visit HOD, a challenge for this department, we really need to review the quintiles. There are schools selling already debated quintile 3, but you looked at the area. You did not look at the learners that are
My test, 1, 2. 1, 2. Testing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We had a technical glitch. I was at a point where I was going to say a big round of applause for the Premier. She is the friend of this department, and we count ourselves lucky because she's actually a friend of education. Thank you very much. Now I'm actually coming to the end of the living agenda, which was continuous acknowledgements. And if I would not have acknowledged you, please accept that no man is perfect and no man is infallible. Let me take this opportunity then to acknowledge the presence of the Consul General of the People's Republic of China, Mr. Pen, also the Member of Parliament, Honorable Matsholo Molutsane. I also want to take this opportunity. Tactically, I waited for performance of municipalities to be depicted by the MEC before I actually acknowledged these important stakeholders, because without them, we don't get technical support and integrated support of our learners. A lot of municipalities, they have assisted us to where we are, and they are a critical stakeholder for us. It therefore gives me great honor to acknowledge the Executive Mayor of Thabo Mofutsanyana, District Municipality, Councillor Konim Sibi, Executive Mayor of Harib District Municipality, Councillor Irene Mehlomakulu, Executive Mayor Lujoleputswa District, Veronica Ntakumbana, Executive Mayor Fezile Dabi District Municipality, Councillor Khasudi, Executive Mayor Sesotho Local Municipality, Councillor Zipati Mbiwe, Speaker Garib District Municipality, Councillor Mando Shasha, Mayor Tukoloko Local Municipality, Councillor Senghe, Speaker Nketwana Local Municipality, Councillor Bui Makoba. I also want to curtain call with Maholukan Zwalang, Morena wa Maholukwe, Harry Smith, Morena Paulus Moloi, Raulebua Kabutimba Haunted. Let me take all this opportunity to talk to my co-navigators of the industry. These are all union formations in the province. I saw the provincial secretary of SATU is in the midst. I saw the representatives of SAO, NAPTOSA, the whole union formations within the organization. You are most heartily welcomed. You played a very big role in pushing this ship to where it is. Let me also take this opportunity to also acknowledge all SGB formations that we have in the department. Your leadership is second to none. Ladies and gentlemen, the next session is also to play a video of the last cohort of our funders and our partners. But I also wanted to take this matter off the table so that you know what is it that they bring to us, because there's a lot of consignment of gifts on the stage. Let me just give context to them. The following prizes are applicable to top learners in different categories. Top learners are what we call the creme de la creme of 2024. All the 131 learners seated there, they are the most important guests of this time. And as I'm going to actually tell you about the prizes that they are going to win, I must also give expression because I now want to be live stream. On this document that you have, which is our program, you will see those who understand artificial intelligence, Dr. Nokwe. That icon that you find there, it's a QR code. It assists us to now live stream this event. I'm raising this matter at this point because I want these learners to be profiled. So if you could help and disseminate this information and live stream this session, it will go a long way. Now, the sponsors that I read into record earlier, these sponsors are going to provide cash and laptops, cell phones, tablets, starter packs. But this starter pack is different. The starter pack in education is a kettle, an iron, a duvet, bath towels, dignity packs. I'm sorry, MTN and Vodacom, that's our rendition of a starter pack. They will also have traveling suitcases, sports bags, or vouchers. The total amount of cash to be received by these top achievers is 760,000 rands. This money is received courtesy of the sponsorships. And we are forever grateful to you. And now for the last consignment of messages of support of our sponsors, we can then have the picture to roll.
And let you know that we are extremely proud of your achievements. Your hard work, your commitment, and your perseverance paid off, and you've been able to see the results. Achieving results is fantastic. However, that marks the start of a new chapter in your life. And at that, we'd like to wish you well on this very, very important journey.
Chapter 24, United Distinction, here now. And your precious equity and movement. So from onward, especially our general social manager and the leadership and leadership all the way and our principles. From the of the sisters, the board, the fire, you are to congratulate each one of you on this significant milestone, the successful completion of the virtual journey. This achievement not only signifies an end, but also heralds the beginning of a new chapter, with opportunities, challenges, and very possibilities. We are here for you, and we continue to support you until you achieve your dream. Remember, not how many times you fail, but how many times you stand up.
Thank you very much. Let me really, on behalf of the Department of Education, really appreciate the support that we are getting today. We really appreciate the love, everyone who has been here. And we also want to acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Member of Parliament again, Honorable Olga Siate. We really appreciate your presence. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the next session is all about the learners. It's all about these beautiful ones who have really propelled themselves beyond the limits of their endurance. This is the class of 2024. Now, the cream de la cream of Free State. This is Free State's finest. May we, before we start with this session, give them a round of applause as our VVVVVIPs. Now for presentations of awards, I wish to call on the stage our Honorable Premier, our MEC, and two presenters, that will be Mr. Mokhobo, as well as Mayor Eunice Kwelani, to ascend the stage to announce the presentations. Is the next item, which is a presentation of awards, presentation of candidates awards. That is Mr. Mokhobo and Miss B.E. Kwelani. Mr. Mokhobo, le wena ntate mme Kwelani. Ke kopa le hlabe sa le moketa pele monga yona a kweneha. I'm calling you. As Mr. Mokhobo comes, I deliberately called the Premier and the MEC. I would want all sponsors to ascend the stage to have this moment. In economics, there's something that we call return on investment. This is what the sponsors have. Because I said we are not in a rent-for-rent business. We can actually show them our performances and output, which should be a feather on their leaf for them to report on their outcomes at various stations. The Premier, as well as the MEC, as Mr. Mokhobo takes over. Hereafter, Mr. Mokhobo and Mekwelani will commence with their job.
All the sponsors are requested. All the sponsors are requested to ascend. Thank you. Thank you very much. A round of applause for the sponsors. Thank you, thank you. The moment has arrived. Program Director, allow me to acknowledge the protocol that has been established. We are two co-presenters here, myself and MAQUEEN, who are going to call all our candidates who are going to receive awards for being the best learners, the 2024 matric class. I'm also requested to request the Deputy Minister Maggie Sochu to join the Premier and the MEC. Deputy Minister Maggie Sochu to join the Premier and the MEC. Thank you very much, Deputy Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to call all our learners who are going to receive awards. May we request that we be silent as we are going to call the names of all our learners. Please be silent. The 2024 matric class, the annual provincial well done function, which is held at the CUT, the individual candidates who are going to be called upon stage will receive different awards, prizes, and cash incentives donated by the following sponsors: Industrial Development Corporation, Harmony Gold Mine Limited, Vodacom, Itau Mailing, Old Mutual, the Beers Group, South African Institute of Chartered Accountants, MTN, Fundi, Standard Bank, Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation, Liberty, Sasol, APSA, the Chinese Consulate in Johannesburg, Telkom, and NetBank. So these are our sponsors who are helping us or help us to issue awards and prizes as well as cash prizes to our learners. I'm also requested to request the Deputy Minister Seiso Mohai, Deputy Minister Mr. Seiso Mohai, to join the Premier as well as the MEC. We request that the Deputy Minister to join us. Deputy Minister Seiso Mohai. Mr. Bob Tladi, allow the Deputy Minister to come forward. Let's give the Deputy Minister a round of applause. I know he was resisting to come forward. I'm also requested all our candidates or learners, after receiving your awards or incentives, you are requested to move to the holding room. Please, immediately after receiving all the awards, move to the holding room. Now we are at that moment, ladies and gentlemen. The 2024 top achievers will receive a prize including cash, laptops, iPads, starter packs, suitcases, sports bag, and vouchers according to the different categories. The following sponsors, Telkom and Liberty, they assisted in also helping us to make sure that our learners receive the incentives. The category that we are going to call now, please, the Free State Department of Education has prioritized candidates who experience barriers to learning. Those candidates who experience barriers to learning are the ones that we are going to start with. Allow me, therefore, to call the following 7 top candidates experiencing barriers to learning. The first candidate in that category, the top overall candidate with barriers to learning. Top overall candidate with barriers to learning is Nell Johannes Louis, the school Marty du Plessis Special School, the district Mangaung Metropolitan. Nell Johannes Louis, our top overall candidate with barriers to learning. Thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. A round of applause. The next candidate, please move to the holding room. The next candidate, top candidate in South African Sign Language, home language. And the candidate is Zide Africa El Gribo, Tibulua Special School, Thabo Mofutanyana. Thank you. Thank you, DJ. Thank you. All candidates, after receiving your incentives awards, please move to the holding room. The third candidate, top candidate with barriers to learning. The candidate is Jacobs Lorraine and Nicole from Marty Duplessis Special School, District Mangaung Metropolitan. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The next candidate, the top candidate with barriers to learning, candidate Melamu Lerato, Marty Duplessis Special School, Mangaung. Thank you. Top candidate with barriers to learning, we have Ncheka Kabelo from Bartimea School for the Deaf and Blind, Mangaung. The next candidate, the top candidate with barriers to learning, Raliting Kananelo Sibusiso, Martu Duplessis Special School, Mangaung. The last candidate in that category, top candidate with barriers to learning, Motaung Kidiboni, Chibulua School for the Deaf and Blind, Thabo Mofutanyana. Let's give them a round of applause.